Hey guys, you're going to have to see me just one more time this week, so don't worry, you're on your last math lesson that you're going to have to see from me. So today is our Friday math, and you are going to work through this little paper here that says word problems or story problems. And the great thing about word problems is that they are stories. They are story problems. They're telling you a really cool story about math. So if you're in my class, you've heard this 100 times, you're probably tired of hearing it, but math is real life. Math is everywhere. Math is real, and it's something that when we can make a story about it, and we can put math into, we can actually make a movie in our heads, it makes it real and it makes it make sense. And so that's exactly what this author did. And so we have 4 problems here, and then if you remember, when we go back into our, I totally just gave it to Elliot to color on. Elliot, let me have that paper that you're coloring on. My bad. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Nope, that's a lie. You can color on that one. Oh, golly, get it together, the Smash. This one, this addition page. Remember how I told you that you would still have to do those 2 problems right there? So I'm going to help you out with one of them, and then I'm going to help you out with a couple on this one too. You're going to be responsible for the rest that we don't do. But if you'll notice, we have 4 on this page, we have 2 on this page, so we have 6 that we're going to do at some point, whether it's together or independently. So again, our steps for this is that 1, we're going to read the story, and sometimes we're going to have to read the story over and over again because it can be hard when you read it the first time. You're like, wait, what did they say? There are too many words. I had to read it, I had to decode it, I had to read it with prosody, I had to read it with fluency, I had to do all these things. What on earth did they even say? And so you're going to read it a second time, and that's okay. Is it okay to read it a third time? Absolutely. In fact, we're probably going to end up, by the end of it, we're going to probably read each one about 4 or 5 times. That's okay, and that's actually great because the more we read it, the more we understand the math, okay? So let's start off with this page here, okay? So if you can find it, if you can't find it yet, just push pause and go look for it. And then push play whenever you're ready, and you can come on back. I'm going to stop for just a second so you can do that. Okay, so the rest of us, if we have it, let's go ahead and get going. So Kay says, I'm going to read it, let's read it together. It says, Ken has 25 toy cars. So right there, that's my first period. That's my first stop sign. So in my mind, I'm going to visualize 25 toy cars. So in my brain, my movie, in my head, I am picturing kind of a tub of 25 toy cars. And then Tim has 13 toy cars. So now I'm picturing Ken and Tim who are like hanging out, and Ken is carrying his tub of 25 and Tim is carrying his tub of 13. And then the question says, how many toy cars do they have altogether? So the question is asking us, now when they come together, because remember, saying all together, so when Tim and Ken, when they have a play day and they come together and they put their tubs together, how many do they have? And so that movie is telling me, well, what we're probably doing is adding, because we're taking this and we're taking this and we're putting them together. So let's do that operation. And so I am probably going to have enough room on my page. If I don't have enough room, use notebook paper, and that is totally fine. So I'm going to take my 25, and remember what I said yesterday about place value, about our place value houses. Not yesterday, I think I told you on Wednesday, that when you do the ones place and then you do the tens place, they must stay in those columns. We don't want to get them all wackadoodle. So we have 25 here. That tells me this is my ones place, this is my tens place. So my next one's 13. I'm going to put my 1 right underneath my 2 and my 3 right underneath my 5. And then over here on the side, I'm going to say that we're adding them. That's my operation. We're going to add those 2 bad boys together because that's how many cars they have, and that's how many we're going to put together. And now I'm going to take my 5 and my 3, and if I know my fact families and my math facts, I know that that is a quick one. If I don't, let's do touch points. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to put my 8 down there. And then my tens column, it shows me I have 2 plus 1 is 3. And so I know that altogether they have 38 cars. Okay? So then you guys are going to do this one by yourself. Okay? So let's move on to our story problems, and let's learn about our little animal friends here. Okay? So I'm going to leave you guys to do number 1. Number 1 I think y'all might be able to do. So let's look at number 3. Number 3 might be kind of a doozy. So let's talk about that. And let's read these all together. Here we go. Frank the frog jumped to a lily pad 7 times. There's my first period, so I got to make a movie in my head. So he jumped to, I'm picturing right now, a little frog, and there's a lily pad, and he's jumping to that lily pad 7 times. He's like 1, 2, 3. Maybe he's working out. I don't know. But I'm picturing him jumping 7 times. Okay, now I'm going to read the next one. He missed 2 times and went into the water. Well, if he's working out, he might appreciate that. But in my movie, I'm thinking, here he goes 7 times, but oh, whoopsie, one of those times he went right in the water. He climbs out of the water, and he does it again a couple more times, then he falls in the water again. So he did it 7 times, but 2 of those times he fell into the water. If I were Frank, I'd probably do it a whole lot more than just 2. And then it says, how many times did he make it to the lily pad? So if he tried 7, so one of the things I can do, there are a lot of ways I can work this out. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, he tried 7, but he lost 2 of those times. So in my mind, I might be thinking, well, are we adding? Do we have, no, we have this and we have this. Are we putting things together? Did he have a jump and then he had another jump and we're adding the jumps together? Or did he have all of these jumps and we're kind of taking some jumps out because he didn't really make it on those jumps? And to me, that makes a little bit more sense. So he had 7 full jumps. But then we have to take out 2 jumps because they weren't successful. So we're going to take out 2 jumps, okay? So that might be subtraction. If I didn't know that right away, and you might be thinking to yourself, there's no way I would have gotten that by myself. Another way you can do it is to draw that picture. Here's 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. I'm going to draw 7 jumps, okay? I'm going to do it right here because my board's falling all over the place, okay? There are 7 jumps. But how many jumps did he fall into the water and not even make it to that lily pad? 2 of them. So this one, he didn't make it. And this one, he didn't make it. So what was I doing? Just then, when I was marking off, I was subtracting. I was taking them out. I was eliminating those. So if you didn't jump right to subtraction, that's okay. Draw yourself a little picture over here. And you might be able to say to yourself, oh, now I know what that is. Okay? The same thing with the cars over here. If it didn't make right away, if it didn't make sense to you where we were putting them together, then you can say, here's 1 tub of 25, right? And then here was another tub of 13. And they want to know how many they have when we put them all together. Well, now I know we were dumping them all together. So draw yourself a picture if you need to, okay? That helps a lot. A lot of us are visual learners. That means that we like to see how it actually works out. So here we had 7 minus 2. We had 7, 6, 5. If I was a mental math, what I might say is 7 minus 1 is 6, minus 1 more is 5. Or I might even come over here and just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My answer is 5. Okay? And then, so he made it 5 times. Okie dokie. And I will do one more. I'm going to do number 4 with you. And it says, Wendy the worm dug a hole that was 1 inch deep. Okay, so I'm imagining Emery's little caterpillars, not really worms, but caterpillars, and they're out there and they're digging a hole and they went about this far into the ground. So I'm actually going to draw a picture of that. Here's the ground and they went into the ground about 1 inch. Okay, no memento. No, you may not color in that book. You may color on this. Color on the front. Don't interrupt me again. Then her friend Wilma dug a 9-inch hole. Wow, Wilma, man. So this one, she went 9 inches down. She was a rock star worm. How many more inches did Wilma dig than Wendy? So Wilma, look how much she did. She was like boom, 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 boom. She went all the way down here. And then poor little Wendy was just right here. So I want to know, how much further did she go? How much, I always tell my class, how much extra? So when we see the words how many more, it means that this person went this far, and then this person went this far. How much extra did that person go? How much further? So if this one went 9, this one went 1, if we draw that over here, 1, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find what is the rest of it right here. And when we take 1 away from that 9, we find the extra. So we're going to take 9 minus 1 to find the extra, because that's what Wendy did. I'm sorry, Wendy? Yeah, Wendy. So we know that Wendy did 1, so we can't count that. We want to know what is the extra. What did Wilma do that was more than Wendy? So we got to take away what she did. So we have 9 minus 1 is 8. So all this extra hole that she dug down here was all 8 inches. Man, that is one rock star of a worm. 8 inches. Y'all see that? So now you're going to be left to do number 1 and number 2. Take by yourself. And then, of course, you have letter L on this page. Okay? Again, our steps are make a movie in your head. Stop at that first stop sign, which is that first period. Make that movie in your head. Try to visualize what's really going on in this story. Draw a picture if you need to make that story come to life on your paper. And then keep on going. And then you'll be able to know, oh, we're going to be adding or we're going to be subtracting. And then actually do the math. Okay? So we have those 4 steps. You can rewatch this video if you need to. And if you cannot get it and you still don't know, then call Miss Remedy or myself and we will do a Zoom meeting with you and we will do tutorials with you. So we will help you through this because our whole goal is that you're going to be totally successful and you know exactly what to do with all of this math because y'all are all so bright and you can do it. Okay, so good luck with these and we will see you next week. Bye, y'all.